are we? It's the first time that's happened. That was neat to like start off pulled way back. Strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. But I'm run cop. I put all of my skill points in running. More of the forked lightning pattern you saw outside. Bark beetles? No, it looks intentional. Some long forgotten style. There's nobody in here. This grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. The figure was added later. It's not part of the original church. Prayer book has been left open. Bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it. These wires work as contact microphones. The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent. Wait, I think I hear something. And then it's gone. Almost all of it, but for the faintest of hums, you can hardly hear your own breathing. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total somehow. Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. What's happening? The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer. Can you hear anything? Not really. It's extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like this. I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics. His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is. Maybe the church was designed in this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises? What if it's something paranatural? Not this again. Look up. Ooh, I'll see into those shadows, all right. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower. What if I don't want to know what's up there? The silence, the darkness, they've enveloped you, as in a cocoon. You cannot move anymore. It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and is making its way toward you through all the other shadows. On the ceiling. The darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away. It's not a shadow anymore. Becoming more substantial as it gets closer, the shape of an animal descends. Officer, is there something up there? The lieutenant follows your gaze, attempting to see whatever it is that you are seeing. You've lost sight of it. Where did it go? Oh. It's a person. You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it? Is this happening or nah? The shadow is a man, but a man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The man leads forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
I bet your alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry. Everything's gonna be alright. You've come to the right place.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in Jamrock. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Revachol. What are you doing here?
See the mother's love. You can too, Holmes. And when you're ready, she will take her hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of the bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks, and maybe the ceiling climbing too. It's very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. I don't know about any alcohol
sure.
use.
You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, eh? I can smell the control. All the way over here.
Yeah, like this more than anything else. There have been so many times during this playthrough where I've gone, this is crazy that they accounted for the fact that I did this before this, because I feel like many people probably did them in the other order. And there are so many, like, conversation pieces that acknowledge a skill roll that you made or failed somewhere completely else in the game. It's like, I want to play through this a couple more times, and I want to watch a lot of playthroughs of it too. It's really, really fun. Yeah, I would actually be very surprised if somehow you came in here and were like, yeah, you did pretty much all the same exact things that I did. Compared to, like, I compared it to the Mass Effect trilogy before, right? Where it's like, that's very, open world and very, choices matter kind of thing. But that seems very binary. Like, that you'll go, okay, here's a thing, you either did it or you didn't do it, and it affects this, and that's the end of it. Without going like, hey, we're going to constantly remember all of these small things that you did, and they're going to affect other things in a way that actually matters. Something white pursuing him. White and very sad. I'm struggling. You don't need to lecture me. I know what I need to do.
I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Reno is wreaking on your mind and your spirit. Necesitas parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Who do you think you are? Some crazy guy under the roof? What is this shit?
It don't matter who I am, Wade. I'm just bringing you that message of that mother's love. She don't want you to hang yourself on your own stubbornness.
Yeah, if they have made anything else, I should play it. And if they ever make anything else, I should play it.
This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
He sways gently on the beams, waiting for you to take it all in. You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? Whatever it is, he's quite confident about it. Just look how gracefully he sways. 'Tis not an act, my liege, saving perchance he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot. Did you just climb down from the church tower? Sure did, Holmes. Must be something illegal about living in a church ceiling. I don't know what yet, but there must be. Oh man, I'd love to see that statute. I'm sure I'd be trespassing if the church was in use, but it's not, hombre. I've done my share of illegal shit. Used to be in a gang, the whole deal, but even memories of that time are fading. So many, most of them are already gone. So you used to be in a gang, but you don't really remember it. Sounds convenient. Convenience has got nothing to do with what goes on up there. There's a profound longing in that gaze, like he wants to be one with whatever is up there, shrouded in darkness. Do you remember your name, sir? Tygo is my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, a place among your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore. My name's Harrier Dubois, and my place in the world is Lieutenant W. Freighter. That's just a thing, Holmes. None of that matters. He sounds melancholy saying this, his limbs a mere shadow below the ceiling. What are you doing here? This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. a way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. This could be some metaphysical stuff, right? With the whole hey, we're isolas and there's pale all around us. There could be, if we go up there, it could be a hole in the fabric of reality and we make it back to Earth or whatever. I searcher it. Searcher, sure, it's a word. I circle it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly. Who is this mother of silence you keep talking about? Oh, that's no simple question, I say. She is one who can't be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark, beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will. What will happen when you drink from this incinerator? From this perforation? I will be incinerated. Incinerated means to burn, Holmes. But not destroyed. Finally, at one with the state of the world before reality began. That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that. Are you sure you didn't just switch one drug for another? It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service. Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you. To his very own self. Not judging. I've got drug problems myself. I can see, and it saddens me, but devotion can save you. It saved me. It's agree to disagree. Still don't understand what you're doing in this church. I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory. Doesn't really make sense for you to sing if she's the mother of silence. I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You might be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound. How did you even find this place, this church? Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing new to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me. Do you know where the other spooker is? Oh, the spooker. Oh, esa viejita mi estudia. Dunno, Holmes. Viejita is grandma? So there's another person living in the church and it's a viejita? No, I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear. And you don't know where she is? That's what I said, Holmes. How can you not know? How can you not know that when you both live here? Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests. Is there nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who is she? I'm afraid not, I say. You just have to wait till she comes back, or search through her radio computer. Do you know why the church was abandoned? Police raid a while back. Did you witness it? Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything. Figure drawn in frost on the window, depicting a deer. Frost has drawn flowers on the glass, obscuring the view. Could the... or no. One of the mercenaries is a woman, but we don't think she's a sniper. Cracked pane of glass. Colorful. It's windy outside. IRL. Oh, were those pants over there? A spider has spun its web around this wood-carved pillar. Run away. Oh, is that up there? I can't reach that. I can. It'll piss him off, but I wonder if I should take out my boombox. Or if I play the boombox and stand in that center of the thing, will ooh. This looks nice. Money is nice. Yeah, let's try that before anything else. Even walking around here, it sounds like the music is not drowned out.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I'm in the mother's love.
Coffee in the back. Something familiar about that. Coffee and still. What was that about coffee? I'm at liberty to talk about the sacred blaze of the mother's glorious heart, but not about the coffee. Some ravers want to... What do you think about it? The nightclub, that is. Why not? They wouldn't bother me up. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company. Okay. Blackboard filled with complex equations. Is this a puzzle? Something to do with radio frequencies? How exciting. What was I going to spend a skill point on? One of these. Something I really like. Actual art degree. Yeah, I'm going to lose the... This one? Yeah, let's lose this one. So I'll be lost forever. It's gone. Two decks of reel-to-reel tapes spinning on empty. Portable tape recorder. Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna. The machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity. Another radio computer, says the lieutenant, stepping closer, and this time it's already turned on. These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks, alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful. We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case. This machine looks just like the one in the doomed commercial area. It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. It must be the same model. He inspects the machine's framework, careful not to touch anything. This is, the one you saw earlier was the REM Civic. This is the REM Prefect, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a REM computable interim printer. The REM Prefect is the governmental version of the commonly used REM Civic model. Although mostly based on the same technology, the REM Prefect is equipped with better noise attenuation circuits. Something might happen. I'm going to do it anyway. Curious. You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. Look inside the compartment. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says in a black marker, log, February to March. Press play. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old. This again. Is this the personal... It's the same woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the domed commercial area. It's me again. How are you? Good, thank you. It's not clear whether she recognizes your voice. Is this the personal log? Fortress accident, like the one in the doomed commercial area? I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on St. Broom, the other on Rue de St. Ghislaine. St. Broom, that's the church. And that's the other one, all right. The tape on the filament just said log, February to March. Good. Please repeat the password. Let's look around. Maybe he knows. Can I exit through here or no? In white, silver, and apricot faience? A young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced, and sad. A dark and radiant majesty, and her lungs are glowing. That guy wasn't making it up. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Dolores? Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from beneath her flowing dress. I'm not. Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you. No. As that bitter thought passes through your head, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder with 3 fingers. Not doing the cross either. Good thing. Good call. She left us all in the shits. Don't give her a single thing. Just stand there in the apricot-colored light of that window, secretly grinding your teeth. The woman smiles, her distant smile, unmoved, struck in half by the crack in the glass. How did I know this is the mother of humanism? Bad roll. It's a mystery. A mystery sprinkled with self-pity and regret. For some reason, unknown to your mind, looking at her delicate eyes makes you look like you're ready for drowning. All you know is this is the young mother of humanity, and that you should go. Do something else. Escape her sad, worry-worn look. This is Dolores Day. Yes, I wasn't sure before, but this must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez. It's called the Small Pinewood Church in some records. You knew of the place? It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago by first-generation settlers. On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago, where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds. What else do you know? There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they called them, the 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the Revolution, or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps. Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of Dolorianism? There it is again. A small pang of guilt. It's time to ask him what happened here. Do you know why it was abandoned? I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. Who conducted this raid? Well, your station was involved, I hear, although I can't be sure. How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information? 3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. I don't remember being here. I'm pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into intra-district matters. If I was here, I should find out what I was doing. Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a long while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now. Visual calculus. Let's suit up. As silly as it is, I find myself wondering if they could have put in a, like, maximize, you know, like you just click one of these buttons and he swaps into whatever outfit boosts that the most. Alright, this ought to be plenty. Reconstruct the cracked glass. This isn't plenty. This is a really hard roll. A successful roll. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you, a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a leitmotif below them both. What does the motto say? Below both women, in luminous black letter, Après la vie, mort après la mort. Wait, après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. Nouveau. Navido. And along the left side, après le monde, le gris. Après le gris, le monde de nouveau. Alright, so I don't know what après, look at? Stop? Stop life, death. Stop death, new life. It's not stop, is it? I don't know. Some of the world, Greece. Greece. I don't know. Is après exit? After. Okay. Afterlife, death. And I was gonna. Did I not say it out loud? I was going to say, I wonder if that's the pale. Afterlife, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism. A summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change, akin to finding life after death. Who is this older woman? The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsschapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, Theriers, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail. Who shattered this mosaic? Unknown. This used to say, after life, death. After death, life again. He nods. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however. Why? It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral in turn motto. Were already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing. What is the RCM motto now? Justice, union, prudence, and force. Not very feminine. Not at all. Kim, are you a follower of Dolorism? Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are Dolorian in origin. The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically. She looks like a lever. What does that mean? I have no idea what you mean by that. I didn't think you were spiritual. It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The Doloran system does not demand faith, only accordance. Was I going to ask him something else?
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Have you by any chance heard the viejita say the password to her radio computer? Too many times, essay. You need it for something? Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety. What is that? What are you doing? I'm doing a survey of passwords and passcodes identifying regional trends in the interest of public safety. Drama, do you have any idea what you're talking about? Don't sweat it, Vato. Password is afterlife death. What'd you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nihilista Pequeña when I hear it. I think we're done here, essay. That was an interesting conversation. I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our conversation. Is that going to be the same probably not. Not the same password for the other, Afterlife death. Good. I've unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Off. Print. A long document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal. The first entry, made on the 4th February by 51 by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used a crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath, 4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while. Well, it might be connected to the case. Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric. 6th February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fisherman. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. 7th February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking, Esker series? Something advanced. Why an antenna? Why would anyone need any of this equipment here? Steps on a wire running on the ground, inspecting it with his boot. For setting up a radio computer. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up, called Simo for help. Heard the others were back to making art, drinking somewhere out of town. Silislaw started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor, they can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmer... Oh! Okay, maybe these are the people who were working on the game that she's talking about. At least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. The programmers are doing fine, too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. Just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right. Data loss? Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading. Who are all these people? I think these people worked in the radio computer games business, the one we saw in the doomed commercial area. They must be her former co-workers. 12th February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church, going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m. The strike. We're nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to see what that radio anomaly that sent... I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place. I've been sending data up to Lint... What did they... Can I go all the way up to the first entry? No. Too long ago. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics. Is she talking about... Looks to his right, toward the silence. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here. The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just An architectural quirk? Well, what could it be? The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Unfortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous. Okay. I didn't get it at first, now I do. I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. Disco man? She must be at Sal. Girl on the ice? Sounds like her. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me in the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her. That's me! I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine. No, it was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn about machines. New 2-meter aux cable, noodles, crackles, ping energy drinks, water, toothpaste, gum, also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. My protagonist waves interacting with this readout have caused time to advance and her to come home. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots. Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit
I do
bender.
apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
To access coalition military data links. Oh my god, all of these are stupid. I'll say I'm with the kids.
Well, you won't find any music menu organizers here.
She barely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back
It
to
is
life.
me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now, please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
What is it?
Are you the lead programmer of We're All Untethered?
Yes. Or no, not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized, rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back. What's your work? Can I read a book in the meantime? Or something? Oh. This is a task I've never completed? Ask Kim to tell me more about the case? How is that unfinished?
Yes?
Tell me about the case again. What did your preliminary information say about it before you came here? Brief, yes. Sounds good. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling and Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. Why didn't we know anything about the caller? They, Classiers, as we've come to suspect, didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. Why hide themselves? There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The Dock Workers Union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing, too. We cannot allow that. Our job is to find the killer. That's right. seem to be following me. Just an investigation. You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I mean distinctive. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. It's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic yet thorough. Prioritizes containers. Containers contain things. Shiny things. That's racist. I don't prioritize containers. Talk about you. Open up a little. Do you ever talk with yourself? Do you ever have conversations? Do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain? I have no idea what you're talking about. Lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. Police officer of the old school. Material. Intrinsic. This isn't an old school case. So how do you, what, think? Well, I do most of my work inside my notebook. That's where his conversations with himself take place. We all have our different mediums. His is written. Okay. You done yet?
Yes, what is it?
I didn't break
No,
anything,
you just
did I?
printed out my personal log and wasted some paper. I am
What are you
Sona
really doing
Luukanen-Kilde,
here?
the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how can I help you.
Still doesn't answer what she's doing in an abandoned church. What are you doing in an abandoned church? You really like those questions, don't you? I'm a police officer. It's my job to ask questions. Conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out. What research? I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world. This sounds like the most important thing that anyone has said so far. She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. A hole in the world. What does that mean exactly? Exactly. What does it mean? There's something frantic about her as she locks her gaze with you, eyes shining like pearls. Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist? She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer. It's a little above your pay grade at the moment. Bad logic roll. We're now living in a world that has holes in it? I don't know, are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here, but how do I figure it out? Can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist. You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, I'm not progressing very well. You said the research isn't going well. Why not? It's just trial and error, trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work. Is this connected to the data loss? Yes, it's what led me here. She stares at the burnished antenna on a nearby table, but I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that. Any idea where the wall is? Somewhere beneath those roof beams, I assume. She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch-black heights above, but without much success. Only the faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark, most of the tower disappearing into the shade. There's this place at the back of the church where all the audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow, and the higher you go, the less you record. The Pillar of Silence. Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk? Maybe. But it's so close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place. This is where the crab man lives. You don't think he might be responsible here? No. That's all I wanted to know. Have you seen a man living in the rafters? No. But you know he's around? Yes. He must have seen you. And? The Crabman's seen you. I don't care about Crabman. Why are there so many machines in this place? I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. Why do you need an antenna? I use the AR-1 as my REM prefix processing unit. Your radio computer. No, I'm a master circuit bender. I know everything. Then you certainly know that all radio computers perform operations on air. What? So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna. Wait, what's on air? On the front. The unified front of radio waves, licensed and controlled by Lintel in the East Insulindic region. It's all around us. That's what on air means. Like love. Martinaise is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to this sort of thing. What are you doing with your radio computer? I'm working. The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core, the light casting her face in a strange shadow. Working on what? Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something. What are those bowls of water? They're connected to my REM prefix. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks. Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they are hers. Isn't this exclusively for government use? So you do know something about computers. The prefect is used mostly by the government peeps. You work for the government? No, I don't. So why do you have it? Because I needed something good for my investigation, and the REM Civic is widely agreed to be below all standards, so I had to upgrade. Besides, owning a REM prefect isn't such a big deal anymore. No, it actually is kind of a big deal. You don't see REM prefects in every police department, for example. How did you get your hands on it? I know a friend of a friend who used to freelance for the Coalition, she says nonchalantly, scratching her ear. I was actually aiming for the military-grade REM Rational series, but couldn't find one. Prefect is mainly based on the same technology as REM Civic, so it's kind of a rip-off, but it does have better compatibility with newer antenna models, so I won't complain. A 2mm hole. Was there something else I could have said here? Responsible murder. Okay. Anotic dance music. What? I hate it. I bet she hasn't even heard of it. What are you, 40? It's the future of dance music. Just doesn't connect here. Not like disco does. Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music. How do you feel about a club? Speed freaks in the tent. I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here. Take a guess. Youth center would be nice. Can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks. All right. So she's going to tell us, they're going to say something now that we've talked to her. That apparently it's not a dance club, but something else. And it is dark out. I guess I'll deal with them later. Yeah. Let's go back to the whirling. What are you? Can't I run anymore? It's me. It me. Door is closed. Oh, let me give him his jacket since we're right here and it's gross. I don't want to carry it anymore.
Tequila sunset.
Found your jacket. Found a little more than I bargained for. I could mention that. What's that got to do with my jacket? Pretty freaky coincidence. Fine, take the stupid thing. This isn't my jacket. My jacket was beautiful. This is fucking filthy. What am I supposed to do with this? Sorry, I found it like this. I'm not taking a disgusting pile of hobo rags. I may be in an irrecoverably decaying orbit, but I've still got standards. Either bring it back the way it was before or find a dumpster to burn it in. It may just need a good scrubbing. Gross. Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your capo type. There are capo types? Yes. Guess what's yours? I guess it's sorry cop, right? I'm not a, well, no, superstar. I'm kind of hoping I'm the superstar cop. That is only a ludicrous daydream. Guess again, you're the cool cop? No, you're the sorry cop, the cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Huge lack of enthusiasm. Jealous of the sorry cop. You can dual capo type from sorry to anything. They should be sorry. Not sorry. I changed my mind. No, you don't. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. Sorry. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen. Thank you, Logic. You're one sorry piece of shit, a cop penitent, a flagellant cop monk. This is not the right line of work for you. You should be groveling at the feet of a feudal lord, providing lurid evidence against yourself at a Mazovian show trial, or ripping the flesh from your back with a cat of nine tails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. Do it. Really criticize yourself. Who knows? You might uncover something of importance from your guilt-ridden past. I guess I did say sorry. That was what triggered it. He was like, I'm not taking this back unless you wash it. I'm like, oh, sorry. Oh, just about 9. I think I was gonna, let's, real quick, was there something I was gonna call in to? Something important. Or no, when did I... I got this on Tuesday, talked to her on Wednesday. It's not till tomorrow that I can get info on that. Okay, so never mind about that. Oh, right, the library. They're closed. Reported dead body. Unidentified middle-aged man, blah, blah, blah. We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him and traces of vomit on his shirt. Any signs of violence? Someone might have pushed him? It's just a theory. It looked like an accident to me, Alice. That's for the guys in processing to confirm. Close. Billy Machine, you have a lead. We're taking the case. I've assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Follow up on the library lead to identify the man. I know she didn't get that yet. Actual art degree. Trite, contrived, mediocre, milquetoast, amateurish, infantile, cliche and gonorrhea-ridden paean to conformism, I fucked me, affront to humanity, war crime, should literally be tried for war crimes, resolutely shit, lacking in imagination, uninformed reimagining of, limp-wristed, premature, ill-informed attempt at, talentless fuckfest, recidivist shit peddler, pedantic, listless, savagely boring, just one repulsive laugh after another. I'm permanently down 1 point of hand-eye coordination because my hands shake from anger at how shit it all is. However, passives heal. What is with all this morale healing? I don't lose morale that much, but I will take 10 experience. Conceptualization passives? Okay, I guess whenever conceptualization like pops up from one of the passive skill rolls, I get 10 experience for it. I'll take that. It's rather nice, actually. Especially because I make lots of successful conceptualization rolls. In fact, why don't I make sure that everything that I have is helping conceptualization at all times now? Because I want experience. Okay. Oh, should I sing? Singing karaoke is gonna... It's gonna be a whole thing, isn't it? It might be a whole thing, so we're gonna save that for Tuesday. We'll save here. Thing to do, absolutely. Sing karaoke immediately on Tuesday as soon as we start. And then go to bed, and then... I didn't get to investigate very much of the sniping stuff. There's still 2 more locations. I want to get on that. I'm going to talk to Alice about the whatever information she found. And basically just keep running around rubbing my face on things. We'll see what happens. So thank you for being here and watching. Tomorrow I will be streaming a different game. Filament, puzzle game gifted to me by Odd Garrett. We'll see if I like it. I probably will. I like puzzles.